Chapter 3. Study of Truth. Happy those taught by truth itself, not by passing examples and words, but as it is in itself, thus making truth always easy to recognize. Our opinion and our intuition often deceive us and reveal little. To what purpose is a great dispute about hidden and obscure matters if, at the judgment, there is no reproof for not knowing about them? It is really foolish to neglect profitable and necessary things and willingly busy ourselves about what is curious and harmful. Do you remember? We have eyes, but do not see. And why be concerned about the various kinds and species of beings? One to whom the eternal word speaks is freed from theorizing. All things come from this one word, and all things speak to us of him. And this is what has been said to us also from the beginning. Without him, no one understands or judges rightly. He to whom all things are one, and who draws all things into one, and who sees all things in one, may be steady in heart, and peaceably repose in God. O truth, my God, make me one with you in eternal love. Often I am wearied by reading and hearing many things. In you is everything I need, and all I desire. Little teachers refrain from speaking. Little creatures remain silent before you. You alone speak to me. The more integrated and uncomplicated one is, the more effortless and astute will be his understanding, because he will be enlightened from above. One whose spirit is pure, simple, and steady is not distracted by a multitude of duties, because he performs all of them for God's glory and endeavors to avoid purely personal satisfaction. What can hinder or trouble you more than uncontrolled affections? A person who wishes to be good and devout first of all puts his interior life in order and then attends to his other duties. Those unruly inner desires are held in check by his good sense. Is any struggle greater than the effort to overcome oneself? However, this must be our main concern. The daily effort to overcome our weaknesses and to gain self-mastery, always becoming better. All perfections in this life are accompanied by some imperfections, and all are our speculations with a certain obscurity. Humble self-knowledge is a sure way to God and the deepest scientific studies. Learning is not to be condemned, nor the mere knowledge of anything. This is good in itself and ordained by God, but a good conscience and a virtuous life are always to be preferred. However, many concentrate on obtaining knowledge for its own sake and not in order to be better persons. And so they are deceived and produce little or no good results. Imagine if people would be as diligent about uprooting vices and planting virtues as they are in proposing questions. How fewer evils and scandals there would be among them, and how much less laxity in monasteries. Truthfully, when the day of judgment comes, we will not be examined on what we have read, but on what we have done, not on how cleverly we have spoken but on how devoutly we have lived. Tell me, where are all those great teachers and writers with whom you were so well acquainted during their lifetime, while their reputations flourished? Others have now taken their places, and I'm not sure whether they're even remembered. In their lifetime, they seem so important. But are they even spoken of now? How quickly the glory of the world passes. If only their lives could have conformed to their learning, then they would have studied and read advantageously. But how many lose their way through useless study and little care for the service of God? Because they prefer greatness to humility, they lose themselves in their own daydreams. One who is truly great has great charity. One is truly great who is little in his own eyes and esteems all honors as nothing. One is truly prudent who, in order to find Christ, considers everything else on earth as nothing. And one is very intelligent who follows the will of God instead of one's own will. Reflection. It is better to study, not simply to know, in order to live what we have learned. Listen attentively to the eternal Word, who speaks more to the heart than to the mind, to know and to do what is necessary for our salvation constitutes a true Christian conscience. Prayer. Jesus, you have told us, not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father in heaven. Form in me a genuinely Christian mind and heart, so that my life may be truly Christian. May I be detached from all mere things and seek you alone in all my thoughts, words, and actions. Make me worthy of your love now and for all eternity.